is a quilt called Mirror Mirror, and it's at the entrance of the exhibition for a reason, because you walk into the exhibition, you can see the exhibition through this veil hanging in the mirror. And the veil is like, could be like a veil of tears or crumpled tissues. And it was actually based on a quite moving incident when I was doing my master's in Johannesburg, and someone said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And I was about to answer, "You are," when that person said, "Not you, white bitch, and don't you forget it." And it was like a punch in the stomach, and even if it hadn't been said to me directly, it sat in the air. And I thought about that shame that one still carries about being a white South African, having grown up in Africa, in your white skin, where you have that sense of shame, where you have the sense of shame of the apartheid past of South Africa, and where it is like a veil of tears, and the tensions of living with the shame and the thinking about what it means to be the color of your skin can sometimes become like a poisoned apple. So in the artwork, there are these little residues of apple packets, and it was quite funny because they're called pink ladies, and I think that was quite fitting. But there are two of these pink lady apples representing the poisoned apple in Snow White embedded here, so it's about double shame. And I was looking at an artist's work, because when I drove home and I thought about what had been said that day, I thought, where does that come from? And I remembered an artist, well, I found an artist called Kerry May Weems, who had done a body of work, photography body of work, where she is a black American photographer and artist, and she had a photo of where she was Snow White looking into the mirror, and the mirror was a white woman, and the artwork said, or the photograph's title is "Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, who's the fairest one of all?" And it said, and the mirror answered, "Not you, black bitch, and don't you ever forget it." So I thought about that. I thought what it means to feel shame, to feel ashamed about the color of your skin, to be shamed as a woman, to be shamed for the color of your skin. And so I think it was a really interesting conversation, and there'll always be a veil of tears when you think about what it means to belong in different contexts, what it means to have grown up in apartheid South Africa. But there's also always that sense of hope. So both this quilt is also sewn together with rainbow-colored threads. And then if you think how these two works then speak to each other, and they're both sewn together with rainbow-colored threads. And I think difficult conversations need to be had, and these are conversations that we don't avoid, but do we have them in a way that gives hope, in a way that builds community? And again, the fragility of the tea bags also speaks to that. The fragility of being sewn together speaks to that. So, and these two are in conversations with each other, and then we'll move on to the third artwork, which is kind of then a kind of finding the essence of what I think it means to belong.